So you're thinking about replacing your furnace and you're not sure, what size you need or, where to even start. Oftentimes, when you are going to replace your furnace, it's not going to be the same size that you have in there right now for a multitude of reasons. The previous furnace that was put in, there was never an official load calculation done on it, and furnace capacities and blower motor speeds have changed drastically over the past 20 years. So when we come in, we are not just going to replace your furnace with what you have in there size-wise. So what we're going to do is when we get in there is we're going to do a formal load calculation on your home. We're going to not only take in the square footage, but we're going to look at your ductwork. We're going to, that's going to be a big piece of it too. What can your existing ductwork handle? 99% of the time, we're doing whatever we can to not have to go into too much ductwork modifications. That gets very expensive and oftentimes unrealistic, especially if you have a finished basement, wherever your ducts are running a finished space. So, when we do this load calculation, we're going to take into account, for starters, the windows. The windows are very important. How much heat are they able to keep in or not keep in? We're going to look into your insulation. Do you have it, is it whole house? Do you have it in the walls? Do you have it in the ceiling, and what kind, how thick? We're going to take that into account as well. So there's different things that go into this load calculation, and then once we have the size, we're going to take a look at the ductwork. Okay, we have the ideal size for your house, but now can your house actually handle that furnace? Can the ductwork handle it? So then that's when we're going to go around, take a look. We actually have it's called a ductulator, and we go through and we measure the exact size of the ductwork and the takeoffs and the different pieces attached to that system. Best case scenario, nothing needs done. Something common that we do is we have to replace the return air drop, which is not that big of a deal. It's the piece on the side of the furnace that comes down, and that's where the air comes in and brings it into the furnace. Oftentimes that's too skinny. So what we do with that is just take that apart and replace it with a much wider piece. That way more air can get through there and back into the furnace. Other things we often do to help with airflow is we'll put a box underneath the furnace. It's a sheet metal return air box. That's actually a huge help, and to be honest, we do not, if it's a system that's over 3 tons, it's going to get that box no matter what. We're not even going to mess with thought of it, just because there's been so many different issues with 3-ton drives and above. And typically a 3-ton drive would be on a home starting around 2,000 square feet. Under that, you might be less than a 3-ton drive. So that's where we start, and that's some of the things that we do when we're sizing up your furnace. That's the most important thing, is you got to have those 2 factors calculated before we can even get into the next step. The different features, benefits, different comfort needs, and all of that. So there's a lot more that goes into it. I know I just gave a ton of information there. So please give us a call. We are happy to come out, help, and take a look and see exactly what your home specifically needs.